Motivation Monday. It's just gone 7:30. Good morning and welcome to the AM Drive. We're so honored to have you in person. It's always a different feeling when you're an energy-driven person like myself.
Hi, I miss you guys so much. I mean, how many weeks has it been? I think 4.
I don't even know. Like, it feels like just forever.
It's been a whole month doing this telephonically, and it really didn't feel okay. It was good, but didn't really feel that.
It didn't feel right.
Yeah, it didn't feel right. I mean, there's a huge difference when you're in present, ne?
Yes.
And when you're doing it over the phone.
When you are present, I'm a very I'm a very energy-driven person. So over the phone, I struggle to connect with a
The
person.
energy, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
So I just listen, but then I cannot really gauge you, and then I don't know how to ask you questions. Okay, so let's go into it. We've got 15 minutes. Unfortunately, the AM drive has got short slots because people are moving well. So it's not so laid back like we had it at the lunchtime. But let's go into it. What do we say to each other today?
Today we're simply talking about action.
Action.
Yeah, it's a very simple topic, it's a very simple title, but yet it's very much profound. Because at the end of the day, everything that we do boils down to action. Everything that we do is actually, I would say, rather 10% of everything. 90% lies on the action.
Yeah.
So the purpose of my speaking every time is not to hype people up and to get them all motivated, but it's
10%.
Yeah, it's actually to get them to get up to the desired results by taking steps with the actions relevant to take you to where you want to be. So often we want stuff and we wish, which is a great stuff, we decree and to declare and all that. It's good, but that's only 10% of it. No matter how much you decree and declare, but if you don't stand up and go do whatever that you have said, it's in vain.
Yeah, null and void.
Yeah, I bet most of the people that are listening would actually argue and say, you know what, it's been said that whatever you say, you'll achieve. But yes, but on the other hand, it says faith without works, it's dead. So what you say, because most of us, we prophesy the things that we want, but if what you say, your declaration is not in alignment with your action, then it's useless. Because your actions always have to be congruent to what you said you want to achieve.
Yeah.
So most of us, we say all this great stuff, but our action says another
We are
thing.
sleeping in bed.
Exactly. You remember the other day I said your mouth says Honda, but your mouth says Lamborghini, but your action says. You remember?
Honda Ballet, to be exact.
Because
no disrespect to all the Honda Ballet drivers out there. You're doing the most.
Because the problem today is not information. Because there's quite a number of speakers, quite a number of authors. There's so much information available. So information is clearly not the problem that we have today. The problem is action. Because information without action is just decoration.
Yeah.
And so often we've got all this information, which is good to acquire information, to acquire knowledge, because every transformation is traceable to certain information that was received. But on the other hand, the major 90% boils down to the action that was okay, I wouldn't say true, but the action that one took after hearing that certain information.
So information leads to or should lead to action.
Exactly.
And then information becomes useless when there's no action.
Becomes decoration, exactly.
Decoration.
And the thing is, we've been living with the notion that knowledge is power. It actually was the slogan of my primary school, knowledge is power. But then I'd say that it's 10% of the truth. Because applied knowledge is when it becomes power. Because irrespective of what you know, as long as you don't apply what you know, is as good as you don't do it. A man that does not read is as good as a man that cannot read.
In fact, it's worse because I belong to a specific religious group.
Okay.
And in our specific religious group, we believe that on Judgment Day, you will be asked to account for what you did with your knowledge.
Exactly.
So you are far worse than those who have no knowledge, because then they cannot be judged on what they do not have or what they do not possess. But once you're given knowledge or enlightenment, then you have the responsibility to act upon it. And failure to do so renders you up for judgment. Right?
That's exactly just how it is. Every man, seest a man that's diligent in his work, it will bring him before great kings. I mean, we don't like people for anything other than what they do. The reason that me and you go to a mango tree or go to whatsoever tree is because of the fruits it bears. There's no way that I would walk to a mango tree if there's no fruits there. So that's exactly with us people. Take action, bear the fruits, and people will come to you. You know, I don't care how much talented you are, how much gift you've got, but without action, I mean, action will always beat talent 10%. I mean, 100%. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Talent will only take you to a certain level of life, but action is what will take you to a greater scale you to higher elements in life, higher realms in life. There's so many people that are way talented than the people we know, but the reason that they are not acknowledged or we don't read about them is simply because they don't take action.
They're sleeping on that.
I mean, are you telling me that McDonald's cooks the best burger than everyone in the world?
Maybe the best chips.
No, but clearly there's someone out there that cooks, that fries the best chips than them. But just because they didn't take the relevant actions, we don't know about them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm clearly not the best speaker in the world. I mean, Les Brown is clearly not the best speaker in the world, but he's the one that's that's mostly known.
Wow.
Because there's so many people that are just not taking the relevant steps to take them to where Les Brown is. You know, I don't believe the reason I'm on this station today is because I'm the best speaker. There's quite thousands of people that speak way better than me. You know, but that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know, we could be reading your book right now, but because you don't take the necessary steps, we're not reading about you. You know, one man once asked John C. Maxwell that, what do I have to do to write books? I mean, John C. has written well over 20 books, and the gentleman, and most of them are bestsellers, and he said, man, what do I have to do in order to write my book, my first book? He was expecting a very complex answer, like, you know, do research. You know, the answer that he gave.
Take a pen.
Yeah, exactly. I think I once mentioned it the other day. Just take a paper, take a pen, and start writing the first word. That's as simple as that. But because we're always looking for this bombastic philosophies of life, that's why success it's not as complicated as we think.
What is it?
Simply just doing what others won't do in order to have what others don't have. It's as simple as that.
Do what others won't do in order to have what others don't have.
Exactly. You know, simply getting rid of procrastination. You know, just doing what you have to do, even though you don't feel like it. You know, just being consistent with the action.
That's part of adulting.
Part
When
of?
always adulting. When it's
Oh,
time to
adulting.
adult.
Exactly.
You always do things you don't want to.
I like how the word responsibility is broken down. Responsibility, your ability to respond to life in general.
Okay.
You know, and it's so simple. Most of the things are simple. Just that because we always want the complex, it seems glamorous. The complex stuff seems glamorous. That's why we always chase them. But I think things are way too simple. We don't have to complicate what it is. Just do what you know you have to do to achieve the results that you aspire to achieve.
Have the ability to respond to life and do what others wouldn't do so that you can have what others don't have.
Exactly. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what's hard, your life will be easy. And it's so easy, but yet it's so hard on the other hand. I mean, it's easy to eat an apple a day to know that you have to be healthy. But on the other hand, it's easy not to. So the things that are easy to do are also easy not to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know that you have to wake up at 5 a.m. and take a jog around your neighborhood, why don't you do it?
Guys, I've been planning to do that for the past 2 years.
Because it's also easy not to do it.
2 years. I'm not proud, but it's the reality. 2 years. I keep saying, no, next week.
Exactly. Because it's easy not to do it and it's easy to do it. Just do it. There's no secret formula to it. I mean, there's so many titles, the secret formula to success. And, you know, as you know, I'm a huge fan of reading. I've discovered that actually there's no secret formula to success. You know, it's just that maybe people want their books to sell, so they'll give you that fancy title like the formula for success. There's no formula. Success is just, as I said, doing what others won't do. Because everyone knows what they have to do in order to be successful. You know what you have to do in order to have your marriage going good. You know what you have to do in order to have your health in order. What you have to do in order to get that job that you want. Most people want a job, and then you ask them, how many CVs have you submitted thus far? Like, exactly. You know, so your actions need to show that you actually want the job.
Wow. Hey, I thought when I'm motivational speaker, when I'm not.
Ah, I don't dare take me to that route. Let's leave this.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, the idea that not everybody can be successful.
Yeah.
Right? Not all of us can be successful. Some of us are just going to survive.
You know why?
Life.
Because 90% procrastinate.
And most of us don't do what others won't do.
Exactly. You know, my mentor session.
I'm taking this from you.
I took it from Les Brown. He took it from L. Nightingale.
That's how it works.
Is
So many of you guys are going to say we took it from One Nation FM.
You know, my mentor session, some other time he was training in our province, and he just got back from overseas, from training there. And he said, most people think I was there just to train only, but I was actually there to take over the market. Because I was training those people, but I know for sure that 99% of them won't do what I was saying. So I'm going to take my own words and I'm going to apply them in their market, in their province, in their country, and I'm going to take over their market. And the moment he said that, and it just hit me so hard, because that's true. We attend so many seminars. That's why I've reduced a bit on attending seminars, because pretty much you attend all the seminars and they get you hyped up. But here's the thing. You end up not doing anything after that. It's only a certain percent. Sometimes you just got to stop, put it on pause, all those seminars, all those reading, and just apply. It's of no use to read all these books, all these good books, spend so many hours on YouTube listening to us, listening to this show, and then as soon as we shut down the show, as soon as you get locked off from whatever motivation you've been consuming, then you just sit on bed and be idle.
You know, this question sounds so easily answerable. How do we? But I guess it's just a decision to act. And I suppose that's the topic of today. Well, a lot of people can say, so how do we turn motivation into action? How do we turn it into... But it's just that decision.
You know, when you have a stronger why, because, okay, let me ask both of you, Malabu included a question, right?
Malabu boya.
Yeah. If I were to say to you right now, okay, we at a... pretty much the highest building around, right? Yeah, let's say Culture Center, for example, right? And then you on the other end of Culture Center, and then on the other side of Culture Center is another building as huge, right? As high, I meant. And then we say on the other hand there is 1 million rands, right? But then there's a stick that you have to walk on to go get that 1 million. Who can you please, would you go?
No.
Okay, you wouldn't go. Desmond, would you go?
Yes.
For that? Okay, you would go. Mala, would you go for that 1 million on the other end?
Yes.
Would you go? Yes or no?
No.
You wouldn't. Okay, so two wouldn't go. Let me say this. Desmond, you said you'd go. There's wind. Now there's wind, there's rain. Would you still go for that 1 million? There's wind.
Yes.
So you'd still go.
Yes.
And then there's a huge storm that's coming. Would you still go?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You're working on it like this. It's a thin stick.
Near the beginning of the question.
I'll crawl if I have to. I'll find ways to. I'll walk.
Okay, you'll walk, right?
Have you seen Carlton Center?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I admire you for that. I admire you for that, right? I admire you for that. Right now, let's rephrase the question again. On the other hand, it's your child, it's someone you love, it's your mom, it's someone that you know that they'll kill them if you don't get them. On the other hand, would you go now?
Hell yeah.
Would you go, Malem?
Yeah.
Exactly. Why do you now go? Because your why has changed. The same wind, the same situation,
yes.
But now you're going. Why? Because the million it does not mean as much as that someone you love. So for you to get an action, your why needs to change. If just getting a Rolls Royce is your why, you wouldn't get that motivated to go into action. But now if you're doing this for your mom, your single mom that has raised you for so many years, you're doing this for, a stronger why. No, don't cry. That it's a bit much more easier to go into action. So I think it's way much important to get a stronger why than just all the materialistic why. I mean, just getting a nice house and all that.
Okay, it's just gone 7:45. Unfortunately, it's time for us to close it. Do you have something to say in closing? I always give you this opportunity to close it up, but you've just done it.
Now, in closing, I'll just say, be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. Because we've had all this motivation. It's time for action now.
Yeah. 7:45. It's time for us to cross over to the sports update with Malebo Mkhweng. Keep it locked here on One Nation.